Hi, and welcome back to another War Robots video. In today's video, luckily we have access to the beta. Well, yeah, to the beta, and this allows us to pretty much use any robot we want to use, any weapons. Of course, since I'm not the most frequent player of this game, I don't really know what's strong or what's not strong, but I got a solid idea of how to make this game less pay to win and a little bit easier for people who just pick up the game. So that way they don't feel so basically tempted or in the need of saying like, oh, I have to spend money to play the game. But for the most part, this gameplay is just testing gameplay and regular in-game gameplay. But I'm gonna chop down a whole bunch of stuff so that way it doesn't like show too much. But I'm gonna show a few battles too, of course the beta battles and all that. But my main focus here is to talk about an idea that I have for the game that may work, may not work, and I hope you enjoy. Take care. I ain't gonna lie, we got shit on. I'm gonna be totally honest. I'm probably gonna show the best match that I had on the beta and then just skip the rest, because unless you want to hear the sound of the lasers on this Mender, it's pretty ass. I'm gonna be honest with you. I might leave in this little portion of the lasers, because I actually like the sound of the lasers. It's pretty soothing. But other than that, ASS poop. Because I promise you, not only are people using the newest robot, which is the Condor and the Screamers, I believe that's the name of it. But yeah, I wasn't prepared. See, look right there. I'm like, gray damage. Why am I taking gray damage? And then, the Diagon, which has 6 of the lasers that I have, is like, hey, we're gonna fight him, and it got murked. Like, I mean, murked. Like, this is bad. But we're gonna stop it right there. We're just gonna show some actual good gameplay, which was not in this one. This was my very first time with the beta. I was very happy, and I joined it with the very first loadout that they gave me, and it was ass. This robot is alright. I don't know how to use it, but yeah, that's just about it. You see that little speed boost, skates, but it seems so underwhelming though. But this will also come into the gameplay that I was talking about. I'm gonna leave it right here. Stupid ad. I have to blur that out. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it right here and get to the good part. If you made it this far, you're probably wondering what am I talking about. I'm probably gonna do timestamps so people can just jump to see what I'm talking about. But basically adding robot trees or robot classes to the game. Not in a sense as in we don't have that, which is rarities, which is I believe the common robot, I think rare, epic, and then legendary. No. More of a twist to it. As in, when you very first start the game, they give you a Destria and a Kozak. Basically along those bases. So instead of, well, not instead of, but you're more likely going to be starting off with basic robots like when you first played the game. And instead of buying gold and stuff, you can play the game more and get certain rewards that'll help you boost in that area. So basically, if you start out with basically if you go with Kozak, I forget which class that is. Kozak is Space Tech. So if you get a Kozak and you get a certain amount of kills or a certain amount of beacons, or you jump a certain amount, or you upgrade to a certain level, it'll either unlock something further than trees, so you can get the Vidyas or the Rakaka. What? Ragatka? What? Ragataka? Basically the beginning robots, everybody's gonna be on the same level. You get to pick a faction that you want to start with. Of course, you can get other robots, but let's say you want a Stalker, which is a Yandi. That's a special class because there's so few of them. So I made Evo Life and Yandi like special class because I know that there aren't that many robots early in the game that you can actually get. But for DSC and the Space Tech, it's a bunch of robots. And Icarus, well, it's really a lot of robots in the DSC class, and like very few in the Icarus and Space Tech class. Honestly, I may make not Space Tech, but Icarus in a special class with Evo Life and Yandi because of the robots that they have. But that's pretty much the basis of everything. So like, let's say you're only able to hold 2 robots maximum, and you have to play and get like a certain amount of robots to unlock it rather than spending gold for it. This is so hard to explain because I just thought of this, but I think it's going to be super fun if we're able to implement this. But basically, let's say you go with DSC because you see there's a lot of variety to it. You will be able to unlock the Destria, the GI Patton, the Gareth, the Jesse, the Galahad, the Butch, the Doc, Carnage, Rhino, Lancelot. And I'm stopping at Epic Fury because I don't want to get too far into it and it not pan out. But basically, Epic is going to be like the highest rarity for right now. So I left it at the Fury because it's a heavy robot. It's pretty slow and it has 3 heavy weapons. But let's say you start out, everybody starts out common. So this can really it can be like a system where you get trophies for winning, and each season it resets all the way back to 0. But even though it resets all the way back to 0, you can keep certain things, like certain weapons for some robots, certain levels, pretty much like certain classes that you already unlocked. Like let's say you start off with DSC because it's the easiest class to unlock stuff because it has a whole bunch of robots. But it gives you maybe different weapons than, let's say, you go with the Space Tech class, or let's say you go with the Icarus class, or Evo Life, or the Yandi. Basically, if depending on the organization that you pick, it determines like certain weapons that you have access to. Not that you can use, but have access to at all times. If you get what I'm saying. So let's say you make it super far up on the leaderboard and you unlock robots in the Space Tech class, robots in the Evo Life class, and robots in the Yandhi class. When you restart, you're gonna lose some of the stuff that you had, but you're gonna still have access to other stuff. So instead of just starting with just Destria and Space Tech class, you can pick between the special classes that you want to start with. So you can start with the Icarus, the Geopard, or the Evo Life Bolt, or the Yandhi Stalker, because there's levels to it. Because each class above it is either a higher level or it's in the same class. So maybe you don't want to. Well, it depends. If they're in the same class, like the Fujin or Raijin for the blue, if that's who you rank at again, or that's the type of robots that you can use at that time, which is blue robots rather than epic, you can either pick in the Evo, Fujin, or Raijin rather than just being stuck at Bolt, because that's the common class, that's the basic class. So it's basically groupings to it. I have a video of it. The closest explanation I can show is Boom Beach. Hopefully this doesn't conflict with anything, because I'm not like trying to steal their idea, but I'm taking heavy influence from it. Because class trees are something that a lot of games use. You can find it in technically Dead by Daylight, it's a Blood Web, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is for certain people. Jason Voorhees, you know that game. What's another game? Pretty much Fallout. It's like it's a way to build upon what the game already has, without forcing people to like be so in tune with buying rather than just playing and gameplay wise. So that way, if they want to make a nerf, it doesn't affect people as strongly as it would if they spent a whole bunch of money upgrading this robot and then it gets nerfed. And everybody's wondering, like, where's the compensation package? Because nerfs, balances, updates, that's something that all games experience. But with this game mode, it should lessen the blow if somebody were to experiment outside of just spending. It's like another game mode where people can play casually, but also be able to sweat, if you understand what I'm saying. It's not like you can't spend money in the game, but it's a way for you to stray away from having to spend money in the game to be able to compete. Now, will this work? I don't know, and I'm yapping for like 13 minutes. I'm gonna continue to yap, but yeah, same with the weapons. Like the weapons I'm using now, I believe these are rare something weapons. They're basically long range weapons at 800 meters. They don't do that much damage, which is the thing. Some robots, as we discussed, the Kozak, the Destria, the Bolt, the Stalker, the Geopard, they're not used as much, only in the early gameplays. That's why if you implement this, it will allow you to use older robots, allow you to make more stuff for older robots. Like, let's say skins, for instance. If you play this game mode, you can unlock certain skins, or you can unlock certain weapons that you can use in this game mode that you couldn't use in the other game mode because it's locked between it. So that way, instead of having a paywall, you can have a gameplay paywall. So that way, not only are you bringing more customers onto the game to play it, but you're also giving people an incentive to play it without having to spend money. That's pretty much the whole objective of this new game mode. Finding ways for people not to spend as much money. Not saying that spending money isn't something that the game wants, but spending money shouldn't be the sole objective. You should be able to hop on the game without seeing all these different, purchase bundles. Even though they are very helpful, but at the same time, you want to play the game for the game and not that. And I get it. This game's been around for a very long time. I played this game a long time ago when I was smaller, and I didn't know how to play the game at the time, which is why I'm so excited to play it now. But at the same time, I don't want to feel like I'm forced to spend money to play the game. But that's just about it. Hopefully this rant doesn't turn into a, oh, he's talking about the game. Yes, I'm talking about the game, but not in the sense that I won't play the game or I won't spend money on the game, but in the sense that I want to see these older robots that they spend so much time designing and creating to be used again, and these older weapons that are in the game for apparently no reason. Like there's a video about blue shields. A lot of these weapons don't even use blue shield damage, which is kinetic damage. They use energy damage. And like some of this stuff that is implemented in the game isn't even of use anymore. Like who uses a Kozak? A Kozak was usually used as a meme to hop around to beacon to beacon. Like that can be certain game modes in there. Like map selection. I get it, it's a mobile game, but it can also be run on a PC. Because I played it on a PC. And not even a Fugazi emulator. I played it on Google Plays. And that's when I first started videos about it. Of course, I don't know what happened, but it's not on there anymore. But I hope it gets back on there. It was a beta. And yeah, I like playing it. I played with my PlayStation controller, and it was pretty fun. The controls was a little bit wonky, but I enjoyed it. But yeah, and who knows, this can possibly turn into something. It could be, a separate game in itself. Not from War Robots, but like game modes, like Team Deathmatch, Beacon Rush, Free For All. And in the beta, it's called Push, where you push a ball to a certain objective. Like imagine, well, not even imagine. Like let's say you have 3 robots and you have to get to an area fast. You have a fast robot for that. I'm kind of losing the point because it's like, how do you implement these robots without the game feeling old and stale? Because a lot of these robots have great mechanics, like the Stalker. It can go stealth. The Galahad, it has a physical shield that can move. Bolt, it has charges where it can zip past obstacles. Fujin, built-in shield. Raijin, very high durability and shield. Same with the Natasha. It's one of Natasha or the Vidyas. It's one of the robots that has a heavy weapon and a small weapon, or heavy medium small, or heavy medium weapon. Like imagine if you have a weapon that shoots far and you're shooting at a fragile target that moves fast. Like there's different counters for everything. Is the main focus, and like variety. Like right here, I unlocked Daigon for free, which is not necessarily for free, but it was pretty nice. Like you have variety of weapons because it can hold 6 weapons. So maybe you don't get this weapon, but this weapon can help build with this weapon. So that way it prolongs the life of the game. Basically, we're implementing old things into something new. That's pretty much the whole basis of this video. And if you watch the whole thing, you understand what I'm saying. Thank you. And hopefully somebody else can come along understanding too. But that's just about it. I'm going to try to bring everything close together and try to mesh everything together. And this is probably going to be the end of the video. And if you want to keep watching, I'm going to put a timestamp for the gameplay, regular gameplay in the description so you can know when I was talking and when I was yapping and when I wasn't yapping and when you can listen to the game. But other than that, thank you for watching and have a great day.